Most digital assistants could understand you, but when tasks got complex, they handed the work back to you. That's changing. AI assistants are moving from passive help to active execution. Now they can compare choices, organize info, and carry out tasks with less supervision. The real value isn't in impressive answers, but in what actually gets done. So, let's break down how AI is crossing the line from advice to action, why app access matters, where you'll notice the change, what could slow things down, and the bigger shift happening behind the scenes. Digital assistants like Siri and Alexa have always been good at answering questions or setting reminders, helping us with simple tasks like checking the weather, playing music, or setting alarms. But when things get complicated, like planning a trip, organizing a group event, or managing a busy week, you're back in the driver's seat, juggling details and making decisions on your own. These assistants give advice, but rarely follow through with the actual work. They're helpful, but only up to a point. Imagine asking your assistant to plan a weekend trip. With older assistants, you'd get a list of suggestions for places to visit or hotels to stay at, but you'd still have to compare prices, check availability, and make all of the bookings yourself. Now, you can say, plan a weekend trip to the coast with 2 friends, under $500, and book a seafood dinner. And the new AI handles everything, comparing hotels, checking schedules, booking, and sending invites. It's not just giving you options, it's actually making things happen for you, step by step. That's the leap. From consultant to true assistant, the AI moves from simply offering advice to taking real action on your behalf. This shift isn't just about convenience, it saves you mental energy and time. Instead of spending hours on logistics, you can focus on what matters most to you, whether that's work, family, or just relaxing. The assistant becomes an extension of your intentions, not just a source of information. It's like having a personal helper who understands your goals and works to achieve them. To do this, AI needs to understand context, juggle variables, and make decisions that fit your preferences. It has to learn your habits, your likes and dislikes, and even anticipate your needs before you ask. The more you use it, the better it gets at knowing your style and what matters to you. Over time, it becomes more proactive, suggesting things you might want before you even realize it. Execution is about accuracy, not just speed. It's about getting the details right, following your instructions, and making sure nothing falls through the cracks. This is where AI stops being a talking encyclopedia and starts being a digital operator, someone who gets things done, not just someone who knows things. The gap between advice and action is closing fast. We're moving from a world of passive suggestions to one of active execution. The biggest winners? People who get back hours of their lives every week, time they can spend on things they love instead of tedious chores. Soon, assistants won't just know what you want, they'll actually get it done seamlessly and efficiently, often before you even have to ask. That's a real game changer, and it's only the beginning of what digital assistants will be able to do for us. For an assistant to truly help, it needs access to your apps and accounts. These are the gateways to your digital life, where your schedules, conversations, and plans all live. Without access, even the smartest assistant is left guessing, unable to reach the information or tools you rely on every day. Without that, it's like hiring a great employee but leaving them locked outside. They might be talented, but they can't do their job if they can't get in. The same goes for digital assistants. Without the right keys, they're stuck on the outside looking in. To book flights, reserve tables, or send emails, the assistant must move between different apps and services. Each task you want done, whether it's ordering food, managing your calendar, or checking your bank balance, happens in a different digital space. Each app has its own quirks and permissions, so the assistant needs to know how to navigate them all. Some apps require extra security steps, while others have unique interfaces or hidden features. The assistant must adapt to each one, just like you do. For example, planning a trip means checking your calendar, contacting friends, booking hotels, and confirming reservations, all across different platforms. It's a juggling act that takes time and attention, and it's easy to miss a detail or double book yourself. The more apps the assistant can use, the more valuable it becomes. Imagine an assistant that can handle your travel, finances, work, and social life, seamlessly switching between them to keep everything running smoothly. Right now, most assistants are limited by what they can access. They're siloed. They might be great at one thing, but struggle to connect the dots across your digital world. As companies open up APIs and build integrations, assistants will interact with your digital life in richer ways. This means they'll be able to automate more tasks, anticipate your needs, and offer smarter suggestions. Trust is key. You need clear permissions, transparency, and the ability to revoke access anytime. You should always feel in control, knowing exactly what your assistant can see and do. The best assistants will make this intuitive, so you always know what's happening. They'll notify you of changes, ask for permission when needed, and keep your privacy front and center. Imagine never having to copy, paste, or set reminders. The assistant just handles it. You simply say what you need, and it gets done, freeing you up to focus on what matters most. As assistants gain real access, digital friction disappears. Tasks that once took minutes or hours are handled instantly, quietly, and accurately. Not all apps are equally open, but those that embrace integration will let AI shine. The future belongs to platforms that welcome collaboration and make it easy for assistants to help you. The winning assistants will have the master key to your digital world and know exactly when to use it. They'll unlock new possibilities, but only with your trust and guidance. That's what will make them indispensable, turning your apps from isolated tools into a truly connected, intelligent ecosystem that works for you. Where will this shift show up first? Anywhere people are bogged down by repetitive tasks. For most, that means email, scheduling, research, and coordination. Imagine saying, "Cancel my 3 p.m. dentist appointment and reschedule for next week." And it just happens. No back and forth. Students will delegate research and organization, find 5 peer-reviewed articles, summarize them, and create a bibliography. Professionals will notice it in logistics, booking meetings, creating reports, submitting expenses. Creators and freelancers can automate proposals, prep assets, and organize files. The real value isn't flashiness, it's quietly handling the things you don't want to do. This shift reduces cognitive load, freeing your mind for what matters. There's a learning curve, but as assistants prove themselves, skepticism will fade. The biggest impact won't make headlines. It'll be an hour saved and stress reduced. That's the real promise of action-oriented AI. As AI assistants become more powerful, the stakes get higher. With greater capability comes not just more responsibility, but also increased risk for everyone involved, users, companies, and society at large. When AI shifts from simply offering advice to actually taking action on your behalf, the potential for mistakes grows, and those mistakes can have real, sometimes costly consequences in the real world. That's why robust permission layers are absolutely crucial. You should always have the final say, especially when it comes to sensitive or irreversible actions. Confirming what gets done helps prevent accidents and builds trust. AI assistants need clear, well-defined boundaries. They shouldn't have free reign over your digital life or access to everything by default. You should be able to set limits and adjust them as your comfort grows. Security is more important than ever. As assistants gain more access, they become bigger targets for hackers and cybercriminals. Protecting your data and digital identity must be a top priority. That means companies must prioritize privacy, strong encryption, and clear, transparent data policies. Users need to know how their information is handled and protected at every step. Mistakes are inevitable, so features like undo options and detailed audit trails are essential. These tools let users review, reverse, and learn from what's happened, making the system safer for everyone. Transparency is key. Users should always know what the assistant is doing, when it's acting, and, most importantly, why it's making certain decisions or taking specific actions. If things happen behind the scenes without your knowledge, trust quickly erodes. People need to feel in control, not left in the dark about what's happening with their data or devices. It will take time for people to get comfortable with delegating more tasks to machines. Building confidence in these systems is a gradual process. Some will embrace these changes eagerly, while others will remain cautious or skeptical, and that's a natural part of adopting any new technology. As assistants become more capable, regulation will inevitably increase. Issues like privacy, data use, and liability will come under greater scrutiny from governments and watchdogs. Companies that address these challenges early, by being proactive about safety, privacy, and transparency, will have a significant edge over those that wait. Technology is advancing at a rapid pace, but widespread adoption may move more slowly, as people, businesses, and regulators work to catch up. Ultimately, the key is balance. AI assistants must be powerful, but also safe, transparent, and trustworthy to truly earn their place in our lives. We're moving from a world of manual clicks to one where we express intent and the system figures out the rest. Instead of navigating apps step by step, you describe what you want, and the assistant handles the journey. This changes user interfaces, less about menus, more about conversations and intent. For decades we've thought in steps, now we're shifting to outcomes. Behind the scenes, assistants must model preferences, manage context, and resolve conflicts. Developers need to design apps for assistants as users, exposing features through APIs. For businesses, this means more focus on people, less on routine tasks. Customer service reps can handle complex issues while AI manages the routine. Ultimately, it's about making technology work for people, reducing friction, and letting us focus on what matters. This shift won't happen overnight, but as assistants get better at turning intent into action, our relationship with technology will fundamentally change. The future is about outcomes, not just actions. AI assistants are moving past novelty and toward real utility. The winners won't be the flashiest, they'll be the ones that quietly save time and get things done. The future of AI help is about reliable digital operators that follow through. As assistants move from advice to action, we'll see real benefits in daily life. Whether you're a student, professional, or just managing your to-do list, AI is becoming more practical and personal, as your assistant quietly handles more of your daily grind. Remember, it's not just about what AI can say, it's about what it can do. And that's what makes all the difference.